Let's take a live look now from Vatican City. In just 4 hours from now, the funeral of Pope Francis will begin. The Vatican says about 250,000 mourners pay tribute to the Pope over the past 3 days of public viewing at St. Peter's Basilica. Leaders from around the world and the faithful will pack St. Peter's Square for the funeral. Chris Livesay is in Vatican City with the very latest.
Well, the funeral of Pope Francis is nearly upon us. Now, it will take place in the exact same place where Pope Francis made his final appearance less than a week ago on Easter Sunday. Remember, that was an event that was not scheduled to happen. The 88-year-old defying doctors' orders to stay at home and rest as he continued to recover from pneumonia. But those closest to Pope Francis tell us this was a man who wanted to die with his boots on, among the people. Now, papal funerals are usually full of pomp and pageantry, but Francis hated those things and toned down the rituals before he died. So gone are the 3 nested coffins of previous popes. Francis will be buried in just one, a simple wooden coffin. And he won't be buried here in St. Peter's, but 2 miles outside the Vatican. Much like in his papacy, he never missed an opportunity to leave these walls. He'll be laid to rest in the Basilica of St. Mary Major, his favorite church in Rome, inside a tomb that won't even mention he was a pope. Just his name, Franciscus. Now, to get here, a procession will take his body through the heart of Rome, through the Roman Forum, and past the Colosseum. Security has been beefed up with road closures, heightened police presence, and jammers for drones. It's what you'd expect when the guests are a who's who of world leaders and dignitaries, from President Donald Trump to Prince William. And we've also learned that former President Joe Biden, a devout Catholic, will also be there. For one day, the Eternal City will be at the center of the world.
And after the funeral, a period known as Novum Dialis, at least 9 days of public mourning before the cardinals begin the conclave to elect a new pope. Now, Catholics there, or Catholics here in Southern California, prayed for Pope Francis on the eve of his funeral. A special mass was held at the cathedral, and a rosary service is going on tonight in Boyle Heights. KCAL News reporter Nicole Comstock is live in Boyle Heights with the faithful tonight. Evening, Nicole.
Good evening, Pat. As you're aware, this is a night of prayer and mourning for Catholics across the world. Here in Boyle Heights, as these people prepare to watch his funeral service on TV, many remember how this particular pope, for a variety of different reasons, made them feel seen. At Resurrection Catholic Church in Boyle Heights, local families spend time in adoration of the Blessed Sacrament in honor of Pope Francis. They'll also pray a rosary for the repose of his soul and watch a live stream of his funeral in Rome at 1 a.m. our time.
Whenever we lose that father figure in our life, all the family comes together to mourn. At
29 years old, Father Emmanuel Sanchez is the youngest priest in the Archdiocese of Los Angeles. He joined the seminary a year after Pope Francis was elected.
After I was ordained, I was able to see a lot more clearly, the different things that he was doing in light of my own priesthood and how it just kind of flowed and made sense and what I was called to do in response to that.
At Cathedral of Our Lady of Angels in Los Angeles this afternoon, a memorial mass where many faithful came to grieve the loss of the late Pope.
Pope Francis also wanted us to take seriously the call to holiness in our everyday lives.
And reflect on what they've learned from his life's legacy, the profound impact of being humble, helpful, and holy.
The way that he transitioned was very spiritual, to have it be on the weekend of Easter.
We will never have another pope like this, with real feelings, a real person.
As a devoted Catholic, I really believe that he did so many good things for humanity.
The Pope inspired self-reflection on many cultural issues, which parishioners here in Southern California feel especially connected to.
And that connection is something that really spoke to the heart of the people here who are, primarily immigrants, primarily Spanish speaking, and felt the need of that shepherd calling them to be aware of people just like them.
Some people told us tonight they really wish that they could be there in Rome to experience this in person, but coming out to these local services is really making them feel connected to what's going on there tonight. Reporting live in Boyle Heights, Nicole Comstock, KCAL News.
Thank you, Nicole. And you can watch the funeral of Pope Francis live tomorrow morning on CBS Los Angeles Channel 2 and streaming on CBS News 24/7 as well as Paramount Plus. Coverage begins at 1 a.m.